any possibility that the way to solve the right guard situation would be to move you back to right guard and put Brady at center?
I think the logic behind that is reasonable itself, but the coaches have made that kind of choice. I know that's probably something in the repertoire if need be in an emergency, and again, anything to help the team win, I'd be willing to do in itself. So, but right now, I've got a good competition going right now between 3 different guys, and whoever the coaches end up picking, I think we're going to be in good shape.
I mean, this is a stupid question, I guess, but is center more important than guard? Like, ideally, they'd rather have you there because you're the veteran and the All-American, and they want you there. No offense to guards. You were a guard.
No. I mean, I understand that, but I guess that I can't say that one is. I mean, obviously, having your fifth-year senior, the guy who's played X amount of games at center itself is pretty valuable, and that experience is you can't trade that for anything. So I think right now, again, we have a really good balance going on right now between Jamarco and my left tackle, and then myself, and making sure that the line is in the right positions. So I think right now we got a good chemistry going, and then having somebody able to plug into right guard is giving us a good situation right now.
If you were at right guard, could you still do things to help identify things and make calls and stuff because you're the veteran guy, even though you're not?
Yeah, I think it just gives a different look of where you're at compared to being in the center, because in the center I can look left and right and be able to kind of do everything I need to, and I can see the shell of the defense compared to playing a guard where you can really see 3/4 of the defense itself, not be able to see as much of a safety adjustment or a linebacker adjustment or where they are at in relation to the center. So because everything for defenses is everything is based off of where alignments are, coverages, and what you see in the secondary type thing, because that's again that'll tip off blitzes, and that's what we're able to pick up.
Billy, how big of a blow is this to like bring in a new right guard, so to speak, in the dance line at this point in the season?
Big dancing bears.
You guys are big on choreography, etc. You know what I mean? But
yeah, Dancing with the Stars is coming to Columbus.
There you go.
I mean, I think it presents itself a difficult challenge itself, but that's again, you train all off season, you train in the spring, you train in the winter for your moment to be called. So the guys who are going to be able to come in right now, again, whoever the coaches decide to end up picking between those 3 guys, those guys have that certain expectation to meet up with us and be able to play with us and gel with us and be one adhesive unit itself, instead of having a guy that might be singled up and say, okay, he's the new guy, so let's pick on him. So that's what I think. And right now, the scheme that we got going on right now and the tempo that we're playing at really kind of eliminates defenses to give that opportunity to really pick on a guy. So we're just playing a full steam ahead, just kind of spot the ball and let's go play some ball.
Explain what that means. Explain that to folks who don't understand it. Why does it make it difficult for a defense to pick on?
Well, if you can't get a defense blitz aligned, if you can't bring whatever the blitz to that specific side itself, it makes it very difficult. Yeah. So again, when you're playing, the referee puts the ball, gets out of the way, starts the clock, and we're snapping the ball. Defenses can't get tilt their coverage, and then depending on what our formation is itself, also it gives the defense a very difficult time to be able to adjust to the formation itself, adjust to what their blitzes are, and who's going to be coming, and then really be able to pick out that guy as well. So that brings a very unique advantage on our behalf going against defenses.
Who's been working most with you at that right guard spot this week or the first 2 days?
Right now, it's just Demetrius Knox and Matt Burrell. Kind of right now, they're splitting the 1 reps. Yeah. Again, I'm very comfortable with either one who goes in there. They're preparing. Again, if it were to be them, and if the other person is, just making sure that they're prepared, they're aware of what goes on, the looks, what we're going against, and then who we're playing against as well. So, because every rusher has a unique set of skills itself, and be prepared for all of them.
Billy, what's cool about playing at as a away game at a program with such tradition and full house and things that they do, things that
absolutely.
the crowd does?
I think, and I can speak on behalf of the Big Ten itself, that's every away game that we go to. I mean, you're talking, again, having an opportunity to go play at the Big House every other year, an opportunity to go play Michigan State Stadium every year. I think that there's a lot. Even last year, you look at a Wisconsin team. Again, a lot of traditions, very tradition-rich. Fans are very prideful, and it's a great opportunity for us to go in a big-time atmosphere and kind of really be able to showcase our skills and all the hard work that we put into it. So again, going to a place like Nebraska, I've never played in Nebraska over the past 5 years that I've been here. Again, looking for a unique challenge. Again, the fans are supposed to be great. The stadium atmosphere is top-notch again, so we're looking for a good challenge and having a good, fun experience.
Do you like away games?
I do. I think it presents a unique challenge, and because the fact that the locker room is all you have. You don't have your fans, you don't have the comfort of your hotel, the comfort of your familiar area and your town, et cetera, your mom and dad coming down, just depending on how far you are. So I like it. It presents a unique challenge, especially you get an opportunity to go against. When we look at last year itself, going to Michigan State, going to Wisconsin, going to I think who else would play Big Ten. But you get my point. Maryland, some of those other teams. You get to go to places like that, and whoever you bring on that bus, whoever you bring on that plane, that's all you have, and that's what brings a unique challenge. Again, it brings that team aspect behind it. So I really enjoy it.
Do you do homework? Do you look up Nebraska Stadium and do a little homework on what it's all about and stuff, the tradition involved? I mean, it was designed in some respects after Ohio Stadium. It's like a mini version. You keep up with stuff like that?
Not as far as like the stadium tradition behind it. I mean, like every team in the Big Ten has their tradition and stuff. Like Wisconsin can jump around, hang on Sleepy in Ohio Stadium, and each stadium has their own type thing. So for that aspect, yeah. But as far as the engineering design behind the stadium, not so much.
Yeah, the field just has to be the right size.
Yeah, make sure it's all uniform. Let's just go through some play.
Do you happen to know what happened last time Ohio State went to Nebraska?
Yeah, we lose. I thought somebody told me we lost.
Let's start to wrap it up. Y'all were up big. Y'all were up big. Braxton got hurt, and then y'all got big.
Crazy 2011 season.
Yeah, so I was a young, immature, whatever grader I was at the time. So
you were at the roller rink that night.
Yeah,
awesome time. I was a roller rink. Yeah.
Hey, Billy, Coach Meyer talked about it again today. I mean, he thinks there ought to be a limit on 2 night games on the road in the Big Ten. What's your feel about that? I mean, you're one of those guys that has to recover.
Yeah, and I think that kind of brings a unique challenge in being a player's perspective. So it's from what I did do the research on the stadium, it's a 2-hour plane ride to Lincoln area itself. So if we get done, and it's an hour time difference itself. So the game's at 7:30, game will be over roughly 11:30. By the time we leave the stadium, 12:30, 1 o'clock. Get to the airport another 2 hours. By the time I get back in Columbus, it'll be 4. Time you're done through all that stuff. By the time I get back to Woody, it's roughly about 5. And I don't get back to my apartment until about 5:15, 5:30. So that's ridiculously insane and very difficult. But that again, that comes with being a student athlete itself. So it's a trade-off. But again, it is very tough on the body. But again, we came back into after we played Rutgers, yeah, and came back in. Got back 4:30. I mean, I was up at 9:30 the next day. A couple hours of sleep, get back in, and let's roll the system.
But do you feel a little jet laggy for a while after something like that? Obviously, y'all have next week off.
Yeah,
so.
and I think it also depends on how many plays you play and stuff. I mean, the Rutgers game, I was fortunate enough to play. I think it was like under 60 snaps itself. And so, as an offensive lineman, I've played a lot more. I played a lot less. So, it presents itself again. You got to take care of your body. You got to get yourself in good habits. And then I do think 2 night games because again, the next thing you know, people like last year, Wisconsin was a night game, Penn State was a night game, and we went back to back to back to back to back. Yeah. So I mean, it's prime time. We love the opportunity. We can't be disappointed at having a prime time game in front of X amount of people across the stadium, and especially on the TV contracts. But it is tough on the body. So.
Hey, Billy, one of the things that you said Saturday was that you think that there's been a change in the offensive culture. What have you seen that makes you say that?
I think really, and I was mentioning it to the man here, really just put the ball down and go play. Quit thinking so much because the minute you start thinking, you start playing slow, and that's when defenses have the upper hand and the advantage to it. So being able to just put the ball down, and then in certain plays we're taking care of these 5, in certain plays taking care of these 5, and just roar off the ball. And so that's what how we're attacking it, just playing fast, not thinking a lot, and just having fun.
What is it that enabled you guys to turn your brains off?
I think it was an offensive thing with Coach Wilson, Coach Stud, Coach Day, Coach Smith, Coach Meyer, the whole offensive staff, Coach Alford, included. Just put the ball down and let's go play. And I think that's when we play the fastest. That's when we're the best on our feet. We see good things.